house back, and I don't know if you can hear, but we got a little bit of new stuff going on. So last time I was here, I did say I was going to get a microphone, in which you see right here. This right here is going to be crucial because I'm going to, well, first, I'm out the trenches now. Y'all will be able to hear me over this stuff, so that's good. Number two, eventually gaming is coming to the channel. I made up my mind. I gotta work through it right now, but first playthrough series is gonna be Spider-Man for the PS5 because I have plans for that, right? But yeah. So today is a little different than normally my yap sessions, right? I lied because it's gonna be yapping. It's always yapping on this channel, right? But today we're going to talk about flower breathing, right? Because flower breathing is what I was working on learning back when I had my saber, and I did tell you I was going to put out a video, and I put out the video on Instagram. So for those who follow the Instagram page, go ahead. It's going to be there for a minute. Otherwise, I'm going to spend this video talking about it. So this is going to be like kind of like a analysis / reactionary video to my own stuff. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and scoot on this side so I can put up the video on this side. All right, so flower breathing, let's talk first. As you can see from the map here, flower breathing is derivative from water breathing, right? It goes obviously sun, then water, then flower, then insect comes from flower. So with that being said, as somebody who particularly hovers in the stage of water, more or less, this was like directly up my alley. So you know, it consists of 8 forms. I did have to do some digging to find out what the first form and the third form was, because they never showed them in the manga, for real. But they did like have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the last one, right? So actually, I think they didn't even show 7 in the manga. I don't think they showed 7 in the manga either, so they just had a handful. But we do know that there's at least 7 forms, and then the final form, which is the Aisha, right? But yeah, I'm gonna put the video up here, right? So in the video, right, the compilation, which in fact, real fast, we're gonna play that right now. So technical difficulties, I'll be right back. All right, now that you've seen the whole video, right, now we back. Now we're gonna go through this one by one to analyze it, right? I have clips that I'm gonna use directly from like the old stuff, right? So first things first, the first form of flower breathing, right? As you can see right up here, the first form is simple. It's a thrust, right? It's a very good thrust in the stability, in the sense of like your stability is straight, you know? When you start out from the bottom, you turn around, and then holding this stance, that's really not for show. It is kind of for show, but it's also like stable. It keeps you like set in place, you know? Second, we're gonna put up the second form, right? Honorable Shadow Plum. So I'm gonna put this up. But yeah, okay, second form, right? Second form is entirely a deflecting move. it looks almost like I'm swinging the saber around in random parts in the video, but in reality, it's like it's supposed to be a deflecting move. So if I was getting rushed with a flurry of attacks, Honorable Shadow Plumb could block it all. It's not as good as Dead Calm, but it's actually pretty good when it comes to like maneuvering the saber, because if somebody were to lock in and try to like control the saber over me, then it wouldn't really work, because I'm moving it in all these different directions and then ending it out with a slash that keeps my stance straight. So yeah, from that on, we're gonna move on to the third form now, right? Let me put this up. Man, there's gonna be a whole lot of cutting in this video, and we're not even halfway through. All right, but that's the third form, right? Third form, Spider Lily Dance, right? There's another one I had to find, right? But it's simple. If you remember ice breathing, right? Because I put up the video, the startup is roughly the same for form 7, Ice Soul Slash, with the step and slash behind, followed by turning and slashing down. Except for Spider Lily Dance, you do the slash behind, you spin the saber, and do a static move. It's meant to be graceful. It's a dance, literally. And a lot of dance type moves are meant to flow. So, granted, all breathing styles, depending on where you are in stance, can be edited. If it's like something dance, then chances are it can be edited like midway. Midway goes, but yeah, really, it's very useful, and range wise it's okay, but in the middle of a fight, throwing out that move is good. So that's Spider Lily Dance. Now we on to form 4, Crimson Henagoroma. Form 4 is one of the first times we see flower breathing, I believe. It was when Kanao used it in against Doma. She tried to catch him after Doma killed Shinobu. Rest in peace. But whatchamacallit, it's simple. It's a rolling slash. So just bring it up, slash down. That's like you can throw that in the middle of a combo. You can do anything you need with that. But outside of that, yeah, no. Simple move, very. We're on to the 5th form now, right? It's called Peonies of Futility, right? So I'm going to put this up here. All right, we're back. Peonies of Futility, right? Very much so. It's a flurry move. Simple. It's very similar to the 7th form of Aurora breathing, right? That I made with the 8th hit, except instead of 8 hits, there's 9. So after the end, just spin around, throw out the slash. It's not simple per se, but the fundamentals of it is simple, because it's just literally 9 strikes. Throw out the 9 strikes in that direction. Peonies of Futility. But we're gonna move on to the 6th form, Whirling Peach. Right. So we're gonna put that drawing up. All right, and Whirling Peach it's a funny one. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of my favorites, considering like the movements. It's just graceful. But Whirling Peach is kind of like an evasive move, almost. It's an evasive and it's unpredictable. Now, Whirling Peach, I wouldn't say that it's the most complex move when it comes down to actual attack potential and all that. It's literally meant to be mostly, let me get out the way, yada yada this, yada yada that, right? But it's actually pretty good. It's very good. And I've thrown it out in the middle of a duel, which will be, I'll talk about that in depth another time, but I threw it out in the middle of a duel and it actually did pretty good on throwing my opponent off. But yeah. Now we move on to the 7th form, right? Now this one, it's weird because it's entirely situational, right? But we're going to throw it out. The 7th form is Akari. So we're going to put that up here. All right. Akari, like I said, it's an odd one. It doesn't seem practical at all upon first glance. It's a slash down, then you spin around, bang, slash off. You saw me doing the video. But it's like Akari can be useful depending on how you throw it out. So if you're like if you're like me, right, and you're trying to, and I move around a lot my opponent. So if my opponent is here, I'm gonna fight going around them, kind of. If you're one of those people that will throw out something like that, then Akari might be a much better, like it's a much better way of moving around type. But yeah, Akari is arguably the weird. This no, I'm not gonna say arguably. It is the weirdest form of here, but it can be useful upon times. But now with that done, we're on to the final form. Now I'm gonna butcher this, right, because of the name, right? But Equinautical Vermilion Eye. So I'm gonna put it up right here. All right, but as you saw in the video, it looks like just a stance. It genuinely looks like just a stance, and I would not blame you guys for thinking it's just a stance, but it's meant to be a buff. In canon, in lore, it raises the blood pressure in your eyes so that you can see like movements more clearly, and it makes movements very slow. That being said, it's also talks. It turns your eyes red. My eyes aren't gonna turn red, obviously. I'm wielding a lightsaber. Ain't nothing that crazy. But on that same note, it can be stacked. Like IRL adaptation of the move, it can be stacked. So I can do that move like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times, just to keep adding on how good I'm gonna be with my like buffs and all that. But it's meant to just be perceptive, solely perceptive. But yeah, with that being said, that's like the full analysis of all the forms and all of this and all of that, right? But just for the sake of putting it up here, I'm gonna put up, like, pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna put up the actual full list of them, right? So that being said, ready, here, 3, 2, 1. You see? Pause the video if you need to read all that, because I'm about to take it down. All right, 3, 2, 1, and it's gone. But yeah, so flower breathing, right? Very useful overall. I see myself trying to switch through water and flower more. I did get into a duel this past Wednesday where I had to adapt my style on the spot. So who knows? I might have to up on my skills more. But I do hope you guys do enjoy the analysis. I have a lot of stuff planned for this. I keep yapping about saying this. I keep yapping, and I'm not trying to break any promises. But I will be putting up a lot more stuff on the channel now that I have this thing right here. You see, I have my headphones on. I use these when I play my games normally. But outside of that, Spider-Man gameplay will be coming soon. The basis of that pretty much is if you've seen Spider-Man 2, if you played the game, you know there's 6 save files, right? So, as a massive Spider-Man fan, I've already 100%ed 5 of the 6 save files. I'm trying to go for what is called 600%. I went decently far into the 6 save file, like 52%. But I was with one of my friends, and I restarted the game because they wanted to see it, right? And I didn't mind, but I just wanted a reason to get back on there, right? So that's what we're doing now. Eventually, the first video will come up. It's going to be that. There's going to be different gaming videos. I will not tell you which one will come in order, because it's really the matter of which one I'm feeling like putting out first, right? But we will be playing through Spider-Man 2 100%. Like, I've played the game before, so y'all not going to see too many genuine reactions out of me. Unfortunately, I apologize. There will be other games where I will do that. But on that same note, I hope you guys will enjoy, because not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty damn good at that game. So ain't gonna be too much folding, ain't gonna be too much flopping. I'm gonna see if I can do it for a no death run, but who knows? But these are gonna be long videos, so just be ready and prepared. But as always, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. If you stuck to the end, follow the Instagram. I put all the links down below and in the description. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the video. Tell me if you want to know anything more in the comments, or reach out to the Instagram. Obviously, I'm more active on the Instagram when it comes down to it. But if you put a comment down here, I will respond. I respond to all comments, and if you DM me on Instagram, I'll respond to any text. That being said, have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Peace, guys, and have a good one.